Nina is a dedicated ballerina whose unyielding passion for dance takes center stage in her life. But her journey takes a tumultuous turn when the artistic director decides to replace the lead dancer for their upcoming production of Swan Lake. Nina is his first choice. However, she finds competition in newcomer Lily. While Nina appears perfect for the role of the delicate White Swan, Lily personifies the Black Swan. As the rivalry between the two dancers evolves into an intricate friendship, Nina's gradual descent into her darker psyche begins. The film begins with Nina dreaming about portraying Odette, the heroine of Swan Lake, as the evil Rothbart enchants her. Over breakfast, Nina discusses the possibility of being featured more in this season by her boss. Her mother compliments her by saying she deserves it. From the atmosphere, one could deduce that something is off with Nina. This feeling of unease deepens when her mother joins her at breakfast. Erica's excessive protectiveness has molded her relationship with her 28-year-old daughter into something resembling that of a mother and her young child. When she wants to help Nina with her clothes, Erica spots a minor scratch on her back, but Nina brushes it off as nothing. On the subway on her way to work, Nina notices a woman who resembles her, only to realize a second later that it is an illusion. Nina is a dancer in a Manhattan ballet company, all of whom are surprised to find out that the lead dancer, Beth, is being replaced. During the morning practice, the company director Thomas informs the dancers that their theme for the season is Swan Queen, and unannounced initiates an audition for the Swan Queen role, which requires the dancer to embody both the virginal White Swan, Odette, and the sensual Black Swan, Odile. Among the chosen dancers, Nina shines as the White Swan, earning praise from Thomas. However, during her Black Swan audition, Nina falters due to an interruption by Lily, a new dancer that just joined the company that morning. While heading home, Nina sees another doppelganger who appears to be a more confident version of herself. At home, she practices the choreography she struggled with, but she accidentally breaks her big toenail. Her mom admonishes her for overexerting herself and says how unfair it is that Thomas holds auditions without giving anyone time to prepare. The next day, Nina dresses in a transparent shirt and bold red lipstick to convince Thomas she fits the role. He disagrees, saying he only perceives her as a White Swan. Thomas forcibly kisses her, but she bites him in a retaliation. Shortly after, Nina discovers she has been chosen as the Swan Queen, which shocks her just as much as her fellow dancers, who jump to negative assumptions. As Nina exits the restroom, she's horrified to find the word whore scrawled on the mirror in crimson lipstick. Back at Nina's apartment, as Nina searches for her mom, she enters her room filled with unsettling portraits of Nina she has made over the years. As Nina checks her back at night, the scratch has worsened, becoming deeper and more concerning. On Nina's first day of Swan Queen rehearsals, she is moved to a shared dressing room with lead dancers. During practice, Thomas commends Nina's performance as the White Swan, but emphasizes that refining her portrayal of the Black Swan will be crucial. He encourages her to infuse more intensity, but Nina can only copy what the choreographer demonstrates. Afterward, as Thomas and Nina observe Lily's dance, he points out Lily's style. He highlights its natural fluidity and grace, contrasting it with Nina's. Beth is furious with the new replacement and makes no effort to hide it. During a bathroom break at the party, Nina notices a hangnail and accidentally tears it, causing it to bleed. A knock on the door interrupts her, and strangely, the injury vanishes. Thomas invites Nina back to his place, and as she waits for him when his attention is sought by another person, an enraged Beth confronts Nina with accusations of sleeping her way to the top. Later, Thomas suggests a homework assignment to help Nina relax, encouraging her to explore her sexuality. At home, Nina's mother assists her in undressing, and she notices that the wound on her back has worsened. She expresses her dissatisfaction at that, saying she has started again. Erica trims Nina's nails forcefully, hurting her daughter's hand where Nina hallucinated her earlier injury. The following morning, Nina awakens with a visible sense of stress. She attempts to complete Thomas's assignment, only to realize her mother is asleep in her room. The inauspicious beginning of the day leads to Nina's difficulties during rehearsal. Matters worsen when she learns Beth has been severely injured after being struck by oncoming traffic, an incident occurring shortly after their heated confrontation at the gala. Thomas tells her it's a suicide attempt. In an attempt to console her, Thomas offers comfort, but Nina finds herself descending into emotional turmoil. Eventually, Nina decides to visit Beth at the hospital and is shocked at the extent of her injuries, including the devastating state of Beth's right leg. Back at work, Thomas's patience with Nina is wearing thin. he scolds her for being rigid and frustratingly tells her to lose herself. Dismissing the male leads for the day, he endeavors to infuse passion into Nina's dance by engaging in a makeout session with her, but her reaction is still as rigid as before. He storms out of the rehearsal arena. Lily finds Nina in tears and expresses concern over Thomas's harshness. However, Nina maintains that Lily doesn't grasp the situation. Back at her home, Nina's grip on reality continues to slip, evidenced by her perception of blood in her bathwater that isn't truly present. The wound on her back grows worse. Deliberately cutting her finger, she seems to take an unsettling satisfaction in the act. The next day, Thomas's verbal abuse escalated, with him asserting that Nina would have been brilliant but for her cowardice, leaving Nina emotionally battered. Nina confronts a dismissive Lily for spilling their conversation to Thomas. Her paranoia grows that Lily wants her part. During her subway ride home, an older man sexually harasses Nina, and instead of moving away from him, she just watches. At home, Nina's mother inquires if Thomas has made any advances toward her, leading to a heated argument about Erica's life choices. Erica asserts that Nina negatively impacted her career and is determined not to let history repeat itself. In response, a frustrated Nina reminds her mother that she was already 28 and had moved beyond the ballet world when she became pregnant. Amidst their escalating dispute, Lily arrives at the apartment to offer her apologies and offers to make it up to her by treating her to dinner. Nina chooses to leave with Lily, despite their upcoming dress rehearsal the next day. Following dinner, Lily doses Nina's drink with ecstasy, aiming to help her relax or potentially undermine her. Encountering a pair of attractive young men, they share excitement amidst the electronic dance music and the influence of drugs. Eventually, Nina and Lily return to Nina's place, locking the door, allowing them to hook up. Seething with anger over the previous day's happenings, Erica refrains from waking her daughter for rehearsal. As a result, Nina arrives late and is met with the unsettling sight of Lily assuming her role, intensifying her sense of distrust in her. Further fueling her turmoil, Nina learns that the previous night's perceived sexual encounter with Lily was a hallucination. On confronting Lily, she tells her she spent the night with a man she met at the club. Back home, Nina experiences bouts of vomiting. Then, she embarks on a mission to rid her room of childhood relics, demolishing her ballerina music box and disposing of her stuffed animals by shoving them down the garbage chute. Back at the ballet, the costume mistress observes that Nina has shed weight since her previous fitting. At this point, it's revealed that the scratches on Nina's back aren't real when her reflection in the mirror displays her unmarked skin. Nina has a small breakdown when she learns that Lily is officially her alternate. Thomas attempts to reassure her, insisting that everything is under control and she should prioritize getting some rest. Contrary to his advice, Nina plunges into relentless rehearsal, a choice that ushers in a series of increasingly vivid and disturbing hallucinations. Overwhelmed with panic, Nina seeks out Beth for a conversation. She wants to express her newfound empathy, to let Beth know she comprehends the pain of being replaced, and to convey that she views Beth as perfect. Beth, however, counters with a bitter hiss, insisting that she is far from perfect. In a shocking turn of events, Beth inflicts self-harm by repeatedly stabbing her face with a nail file. Returning home, Nina undergoes a rapid and unsettling transformation. Her once normal eye transitioned to a haunting shade of red. Disturbingly, the portraits of herself in Erica's room come to life, emitting piercing screams that compel Nina to tear them from the wall violently. Erica, horrified, shouts at her daughter, accusing her of being unwell. In an attempt to assist, Erica approaches, but Nina responds with an alarming display of violence, repeatedly slamming her mother's hand into a door. Nina's cries intensify as her legs appear to fracture and take on a bizarre avian form. The following morning, Erica informs Nina that she's arranged for her to take a sick day for the opening night performance. However, Nina is determined to go ahead with the performance. Lily is prepared to step in, but Nina warns Thomas of potential scandal if he doesn't allow her to dance. Thomas advises Nina to overcome her self-doubt before leaving her to dress. Despite his encouragement, Nina's anxiety persists, and her hallucinations persist as well. She envisions her toes merging like webbed feet, and her onstage concentration wavers, resulting in her partner dropping her mid-performance. In her dressing room, Nina and Lily engage in a heated argument. Lily teases Nina about embodying the Black Swan role better than she could ever do. Unable to contain her emotions, Nina hurls Lily into a mirror and wounds her with a shard of glass. She hides her body and goes back on stage. With Lily out of the way, Nina finally surrenders to the performance, fully embracing the persona of the Black Swan. The intensity of the dance fuels her, and she envisions sprouting beautiful black wings. After the performance, everyone praises her outstanding act. Thomas and the rest of the crew congratulate her offstage for the amazing performance. Having executed her performance flawlessly, Nina heads back to her room to prepare for the final act, where she'll portray the swan's tragic suicide. As she changes her attire, a knock sounds at her door. To her surprise, Lily offers her sincere congratulations for the stunning performance. However, a startling twist unfolds when Nina comes to a shocking realization. Lily is still alive, which shows that their fight is only imaginary, but the mirror is still shattered. She extracts the glass fragment, and upon gazing into the mirror, she realizes this is the end for her. As Thomas had said, she was her own worst enemy. Summoning her strength, Nina composes herself and delivers an awe-inspiring culmination in her final performance. While dancing the last step, where the White Swan leaped off the cliff, Nina spots her mother weeping in the audience. After her final leap onto a concealed cushion, her abdominal wound releases a stream of blood, transforming her White Swan costume into a deep maroon. Thomas reacts with shock, asking what she has done to herself. He calls her his little princess, just as with Beth, the first and probably last time Nina hears that potent pet name. But amidst the rush of blood, she manages a serene smile. In an incredibly pallid state, Nina whispers, "I felt it. Perfection. I was perfect." And the scene fades into darkness. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to help the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.